Hi guys! Welcome to my first video. I'm so excited to be filming this. So I was recently surfing on Wish and I found this palette right here. Apparently this is a fake palette for the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I guess, yes. Since I'm not a huge supporter of Huda Beauty, I was like, I like the Rose Gold palette color-wise, so let's just try the fake. So this is what it looks like, and let's just not address the cover. Oh my god, this looks so awful. So this is the You Can Be Twilight and Dusk palette, and it looks literally exactly like the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. And what's weird about this palette is that it has the names of the Desert Dust palette. When you look right here, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the color Out. So that's a little weird. But yeah, let's just try if the shadows actually work and if it was worth my $7. I've already primed my lids and carved out underneath my brows. Also, if the lighting is a little off, I have this like pretty not good setup right here. And I'm using daylight to film this, so if the lighting is a little off, please don't mind it. So I've already primed my lids and carved out underneath my brows using my Born This Way concealer. I'm just gonna use a BH Cosmetics brush and color Royal to set my lids. Also, this palette has no mirror, so I'm using my Makeup Revolution palette, which has a great big mirror. So let's try this. So I'm just tapping this all over my lid and also underneath my brow to set the concealer in place. Also, there is not a lot of fallout. I don't know if you can see this. It's fine. If I dip into it, it's not like subculture. So I think for this tutorial I'm just gonna do one eye, because otherwise it would take 3 hours. I'm just gonna do one eye and you'll see the full result on my Instagram page, like as a normal makeup post. Next I'm gonna dip into the color Amethyst right here, just as my transition shade. So a lot of pigment comes on the brush. Let me just tap off. And let's see if there is any pigment. So I'm just using soft circular motions and blend this color above my crease. I'm actually not really sure what look I'm going to do with this palette. I was thinking about like a classic half-cut crease or something. So right now this color is really soft. Let me dip in another time and see if we can build this up. Now I can see some pigment, honey. So I'm also dragging this color in my inner corner to create some contrast for my cut crease later. I'm just blending this. So what I'm noticing right now is a little bit of patchiness right there. I don't know if you can see this. Right there. But other than that, the color is pigmented and it blends out quite nicely. Let me just grab a clean brush to go over the edges. Yeah, it looks fine. So next I'm gonna grab my Morphe R38 brush and dip into the color Twilight right here, the pink shade. Oh, so we have a more kickback on this shade right here. I don't know if you can see this. There's like much more fallout than on the other shades. So I'm just gonna run this pink color through my crease. Oh, this is pigmented. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you see this? Okay, I didn't expect this much of a pigment from a palette that was $7. I'm impressed. Maybe this is actually better than the original one. So the color is pigmented, but I still notice some patchiness right here. Basically all over. So what I will always do is go back with my clean brush to get rid of any harsh lines and make sure everything is seamless. So they blend really well so far. Also, this palette claims to be cruelty-free. Right there, there's the little like thing. But it was made in China, and in Asia I think it's not allowed to be cruelty-free, so you have to test on animals, so I guess this is fake. So I'm just going back with the same shade to re-intensify the color. I hope this is alright for you guys. I have like my little hand mirror as a viewfinder. Oh my god, I'm such a beauty guru. Next I'm gonna grab a more detailed brush. I'm using the Morphe M433. So right now the sun is directly, ooh, hi ear. The sun is directly coming into my room, which is quite annoying, but I'm just gonna continue. So next I want to grab a more deeper shade. Let's just go with this color right here. It's called Nefertiti. So there's almost no kickback on this shade right here. I'm impressed. So I'm just gonna like deepen up my crease and outer corner with this shade. So what you will always want to do is, the darker the color gets, the less space it takes on your eye. So I'm just putting this lower than the other two colors. And I'm gonna just blend this also into my lower crease area. Alright, so I'm taking more of the shade because it's not really showing up as dark as I want to. And I'm just gonna pack it on. Start blending it into my crease. So also with this color, I'm making sure that I drag this into this area right here to create more contrast. So now I'm going to take this Morphe detail brush, it's the M506, and I'm just gonna go into the black of the palette right here. Let's just try this, because maybe the black is the worst shade of the palette. Oh wow, the kickback is insane. Like, look at this. I just stepped in like the tiniest bit. I'm just gonna tap this off real good, because I don't want to ruin my whole look with black. Alright, let's see. It's not really showing up as I expected, but the fallout was there. So I'm just gonna dip back in and see if I can build it up somehow. So this allegedly black is more so a brown than a black. This looks like a halo eye right now. Oh my god. So it will all come together in a second when I carve out my crease. Not impressed with the black so far. I'm just gonna take my favorite cut crease brush, which is the Morphe M421. And I'm just gonna put some of my concealer right on my hand. Just a little bit. And start carving out my half cut crease. So what I'm gonna do is I first put the concealer on the bottom half of my lid. I go as far as I want to have my half cut crease later. And then I look up. I don't know if you know this trick, but the concealer will stamp right there. And so you know where you have to like put your half cut crease. So I'm just gonna go back with more concealer, like the rest I still have on my hand, to intensify it. So what's really helpful when you do cut creases is that you hold your mirror like down and look down into it so you can see the line. Great. So right now I'm taking the edge of the brush like so and start buffing out these harsh edges. And now what I'm gonna do is go back with my M433 and the color Nefertiti I used before, this color right here, and I'm just gonna blend the outer corner into my concealer so that there is no harsh line and a nice transition. Alright, so let's try some shimmers. So for these shimmers I'm using the Morphe M167 brush. I wanted to keep it like, I don't know, maybe golden. So the difference between the fake palette and the original rose gold palette is that these shadows are foils and not like these textured, hardly pressed and flaky shadows that the original rose gold palette has. So I think I'm going in with the color Amber first. It has some kickback, as you can see. But I think it's fine. It's still not subculture. Oh wow, I'm being real shady today. Alright, let's just tap this off a little. And I'm just gonna press it down. We have some pigment going on. Not too bad. So I'm just gonna focus this like in this section, because right here I want to apply a darker shimmer to transition it into my outer corner. And on this part of the eye I want to use the golden shade. So I'm just gonna tap it in. It could be better, so I'm just gonna go back into the shade. So this color has the most kickback out of all. Let's just see if we can intensify this. Alright, so right now I'm switching brushes and I'm just gonna use this BH Cosmetic brush right here, it's more detailed, to go into my inner half of my lid. And I'm using this gold shade right here, which is called Eden in this palette. So there's not really much coming onto my brush. I'm really digging in right now. So let's just try if this works. So far it looks fine. But I have to say that the matte shade right here is still a little patchy, and it almost seems like grayish. But it's still fine if you imagine that this palette was $7. This looks really good. So the shimmers are fine. I'm just gonna go back into the gold to intensify it a little bit. And I also didn't wet my brush, so I'm just gonna blend these two shimmers together. Like so. So this is what we have so far. The blend looks fine. Now I'm gonna go back with my M167 brush. Just gonna clean it a little on my hand. Now I'm gonna dip into shade Musk right here, the darker, like more richer red. I'm just gonna pack this in my outer part of my lid. So there's also quite a lot of kickback right here. I don't know if you can see this on my iPhone camera. So let's see. So this shade also has a lot of pigment. I'm liking these shimmers so far. I've never tried the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette on my actual eye, but I swatched the textured shadows and they were like pretty flaky and like crumbly and stuff. So I guess these shimmers in the fake palette are actually better. Just my thoughts. Also, if you're a fan and a huge supporter of Huda Beauty, I understand. Please don't feel offended. Just putting it out there. Doesn't look too bad. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go back with my brown color, Nefertiti. Further transition it into my shimmer and also re-intensify the outer corner. So yeah, I think we're done with this look. That's what I came up with. I hope you can see this. So anyways, you will see the finished look on my Instagram. We don't have much fallout, just a little bit like down here from the shimmers, but I will clean that up in a second using a makeup wipe. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial thing. And yeah, see you next time.